What if the Buffalo Sabres drafted Leon Draisaitl? In the 2014 draft, the Buffalo Sabres had the opportunity to draft Leon Draisaitl, but opted to draft Sam Reinhart instead. While Sam Reinhart is a nice player, he isn't the superstar player that Leon Draisaitl is. What if Leon Draisaitl was drafted by the Buffalo Sabres? How would it impact the NHL? The scenario starts in the 2014 draft, where a ton of changes take place. Changes in the 2014 draft: Buffalo Sabres draft Leon Draisaitl, Edmonton Oilers draft David Pastrnak, Calgary Flames draft Braden Point, New York Islanders draft Dylan Larkin, Vancouver Canucks draft William Nylander, Carolina Hurricanes draft Travis Sanheim, Toronto Maple Leafs draft Sam Reinhart, Anaheim Ducks draft Victor Arvidsson, Arizona Coyotes draft Kevin Fiala, Nashville Predators draft Christian Dvorak, Detroit Red Wings draft Alex Tuch, Boston Bruins select Sam Bennett, and the Arizona Coyotes select Elvis Merzlikins. After the draft, a few trades are made. Detroit Red Wings trade Pavel Datsyuk and Nicholas Kronwall to the Calgary Flames for Mikael Backlund and a first-round pick in 2017. Calgary Flames re-signed Pavel Datsyuk to a 2-year deal worth $7.5 million per season. New York Islanders trade Michael Grabner, Mikhail Grabovski, and a first-round pick in 2015 to the Ottawa Senators for J.G. Pageau and Mark Borowiecki. Toronto Maple Leafs trade Phil Kessel to the Detroit Red Wings for Gustav Nyquist, Riley Sheahan, a second-round pick in 2015, and a first-round pick in 2016. These moves will have some effect on the 2014-15 season. In first place in the Atlantic Division are the Montreal Canadiens, followed by the Tampa Bay Lightning and Ottawa Senators. In first place in the Metropolitan Division are the New York Rangers, followed by the New York Islanders and Washington Capitals. The Detroit Red Wings hold the first wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference, and the Pittsburgh Penguins hold the second wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. Missing the playoffs in the Eastern Conference are the Columbus Blue Jackets, Boston Bruins, Florida Panthers, Philadelphia Flyers, New Jersey Devils, Carolina Hurricanes, Toronto Maple Leafs, and Buffalo Sabres. In first place in the Central Division are the St. Louis Blues, followed by the Nashville Predators and Chicago Blackhawks. In first place in the Pacific Division are the Anaheim Ducks, followed by the Vancouver Canucks and Calgary Flames. The Minnesota Wild hold the first wildcard spot in the Western Conference, and the Winnipeg Jets hold the second wildcard spot in the Western Conference. Missing the playoffs in the Western Conference are the Dallas Stars, LA Kings, San Jose Sharks, Colorado Avalanche, Edmonton Oilers, and Arizona Coyotes. The Chicago Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup in 6 games over the Tampa Bay Lightning. This brings us to the 2015 draft, where a slew of changes occur. Edmonton Oilers don't trade for Griffin Reinhart, thus they keep their first-round pick that they initially sent to the New York Islanders in 2015. At the 2015 draft, the Edmonton Oilers trade pick 4 to the Winnipeg Jets for picks 17, 25, 47, and a first-round pick in 2017. New Jersey Devils trade pick 6 to the Boston Bruins for picks 13 and 15. Changes in the 2015 draft: Buffalo Sabres draft Connor McDavid, Arizona Coyotes draft Jack Eichel, Winnipeg Jets draft Zach Werenski, Boston Bruins draft Mikko Rantanen, Columbus Blue Jackets draft Noah Hanifin, Colorado Avalanche draft BLOCKBUSTER, Vancouver Canucks draft Dylan Strome, Philadelphia Flyers draft Sebastian Aho, Minnesota Wild draft Rasmus Andersson, and the St. Louis Blues draft Anthony Cirelli. New Jersey Devils draft Thomas Chabot and Travis Konecny in the 2015 draft. Edmonton Oilers draft Matt Barzal, Kyle Connor, Brandon Carlo, and Jordan Greenway in the 2015 draft. Ottawa Senators draft Ilya Samsonov, Colin White, and Roope Hintz in the 2015 draft. Carolina Hurricanes draft Anthony Beauvillier and Travis Dermott in the 2015 draft. Detroit Red Wings draft Pavel Zacha and Vince Dunn in the 2015 draft. After the draft, a few trades are made. Arizona Coyotes trade Max Domi, Anthony Duclair, and a second-round pick in 2015 to the Toronto Maple Leafs for JVR and Tyler Bozak. Carolina Hurricanes trade Victor Rask and Justin Falk to the Montreal Canadiens for Lars Eller and a first-round pick in 2017. Detroit Red Wings trade Henrik Zetterberg to the Columbus Blue Jackets for William Karlsson, Oliver Bjorkstrand, and a second-round pick in 2016. Detroit Red Wings also trade Phil Kessel to the New York Islanders for Josh Bailey and a first-round pick in 2016. Edmonton Oilers trade Taylor Hall and Patrick Maroon to the LA Kings for Jake Muzzin, Tyler Toffoli, and a first-round pick in 2016. Edmonton Oilers re-signed Jake Muzzin to a 5-year deal worth $4 million per season, and Tyler Toffoli to a 2-year deal worth $3.25 million per season. LA Kings re-signed Patrick Maroon to a 3-year deal worth $2 million per season. Then the Edmonton Oilers trade Justin Schultz to the New York Islanders for Travis Hamonic. New York Islanders re-signed Justin Schultz to a 5-year deal worth $5.5 million per season. Toronto Maple Leafs trade James Reimer and a second-round pick in 2016 to the St. Louis Blues for Jake Allen and a third-round pick in 2016. Detroit Red Wings re-signed Mikael Backlund to a 3-year deal worth $3.5 million per season. New York Islanders re-signed J.G. Pageau and Mark Borowiecki to a 3-year deal worth $1.5 million per season. Toronto Maple Leafs re-signed Gustav Nyquist to a 4-year deal worth $4.75 million per season and Riley Sheahan to a 2-year deal. These changes have a major impact on the 2015-16 season. In first place in the Atlantic Division are the Tampa Bay Lightning, followed by the Florida Panthers and Boston Bruins. In first place in the Metropolitan Division are the Washington Capitals, followed by the Pittsburgh Penguins and Philadelphia Flyers. The New York Islanders hold the first wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference, and the New York Rangers hold the second wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. Missing the playoffs in the Eastern Conference are the Ottawa Senators, Montreal Canadiens, Columbus Blue Jackets, Buffalo Sabres, New Jersey Devils, Carolina Hurricanes, Detroit Red Wings, and Toronto Maple Leafs. Missing the playoffs in the Western Conference are the Minnesota Wild, Colorado Avalanche, Winnipeg Jets, Vancouver Canucks, Arizona Coyotes, and Edmonton Oilers. In first place in the Central Division are the Dallas Stars, followed by the St. Louis Blues and Chicago Blackhawks. In first place in the Pacific Division are the LA Kings, followed by the Anaheim Ducks and San Jose Sharks. The Nashville Predators hold the first wildcard spot in the Western Conference, and the Calgary Flames hold the second wildcard spot in the Western Conference. The Pittsburgh Penguins beat the LA Kings to win the Stanley Cup in 6 games. This brings us to the 2016 draft, where many changes occur. Toronto Maple Leafs have the 7th pick in the draft. This pick was acquired from the Detroit Red Wings in the Phil Kessel trade. Detroit Red Wings have the 15th pick in the draft. This pick was acquired from the New York Islanders in the Phil Kessel trade. Edmonton Oilers have the 29th pick in the draft. This pick was acquired from the LA Kings in the Taylor Hall trade. At the 2016 draft, Buffalo Sabres trade pick 9 to the Florida Panthers for picks 23, 38, and 89. Changes in the 2016 draft: Arizona Coyotes draft Austin Matthews, Carolina Hurricanes draft Pierre-Luc Dubois, Vancouver Canucks draft Charlie McAvoy, Winnipeg Jets draft Jesse Puljujarvi, New Jersey Devils draft Mikhail Sergachev, Florida Panthers draft Oli Juolevi, Columbus Blue Jackets draft Tyson Jost, Colorado Avalanche draft Luke Cunnin, Montreal Canadiens draft Jake Bean, and the Minnesota Wild draft Kiefer Bellows. Toronto Maple Leafs draft Clayton Keller and Patrick Laine in the 2016 draft. Edmonton Oilers draft Matthew Tkachuk and Carter Hart in the 2016 draft. Detroit Red Wings draft Jacob Chichurin and Sam Steele in the 2016 draft. Buffalo Sabres draft Hendrik Borgstrom, Alex DeBrincat, and Victor Mete in the 2016 draft. Nashville Predators draft Dennis Cholowski and Sam Girard in the 2016 draft. Philadelphia Flyers draft Philip Pronock and Adam Fox in the 2016 draft. A few more trades are made in the 2016 offseason. Buffalo Sabres trade Robin Lehner, Jake McCabe, and a first-round pick in 2017 to the Anaheim Ducks for Frederik Andersen. Buffalo Sabres re-signed Frederik Andersen to a 6-year deal worth $5.5 million per season. Buffalo Sabres trade Evander Kane to the Minnesota Wild for Mikael Granlund, Charlie Coyle, Darcy Kemper, and a first-round pick in 2018. Buffalo Sabres re-signed Charlie Coyle to a 5-year deal worth $3.2 million per season. Buffalo Sabres re-signed Darcy Kemper to a 2-year deal worth $1.5 million per season. Colorado Avalanche trade Matt Duchene to the Philadelphia Flyers for Braden Shen, Robert Hagg, first-round pick in 2017, and a second-round pick in 2018. Colorado Avalanche re-signed Braden Shen to a 4-year deal worth $5.1 million per season. Detroit Red Wings trade Justin Abdelkader and Darren Helm to the Carolina Hurricanes for a 4th-round pick in 2017 and a 5th-round pick in 2018. Carolina Hurricanes re-signed Justin Abdelkader to a 3-year deal worth $4.5 million per season and Darren Helm to a 3-year deal worth $3 million per season. Edmonton Oilers trade Jordan Eberle and Mark Letestu to the New York Islanders for Ryan Strome, Scott Mayfield, and a 2nd-round pick in 2018. New Jersey Devils trade Adam Henrique, Adam Larson, and a 2nd-round pick in 2018 to the San Jose Sharks for Thomas Hertl, Chris Tierney, Jonas Donskoy, and Justin Braun. LA Kings trade Tanner Pearson, Derek Forbort, Trevor Lewis, and a 1st-round pick in 2018 to the Montreal Canadiens for Alex Galchenyuk. Boston Bruins don't sign David Backes, he signs with the Detroit Red Wings. Buffalo Sabres don't sign Kyle Oposo, he signs with the Minnesota Wild. Detroit Red Wings don't sign Franz Nielsen, he signs with the Dallas Stars. Edmonton Oilers don't sign Milan Lucic, he signs with the Calgary Flames. New York Islanders don't sign Andrew Ladd, he signs with the Boston Bruins. The changes in the offseason will have a major effect on the 2016-17 season. In first place in the Atlantic Division are the Buffalo Sabres, followed by the Montreal Canadiens and Boston Bruins. In first place in the Metropolitan Division are the Washington Capitals, followed by the New York Islanders and Pittsburgh Penguins. The Philadelphia Flyers hold the first wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference, and the Columbus Blue Jackets hold the second wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. Missing the playoffs in the Eastern Conference are the Ottawa Senators, New York Rangers, Tampa Bay Lightning, New Jersey Devils, Florida Panthers, Toronto Maple Leafs, Carolina Hurricanes, and Detroit Red Wings. In first place in the Central Division are the Chicago Blackhawks, followed by the Minnesota Wild and St. Louis Blues. In first place in the Pacific Division are the Anaheim Ducks, followed by the San Jose Sharks and Calgary Flames. The Nashville Predators hold the first wildcard spot in the Western Conference, and the Winnipeg Jets hold the second wildcard spot in the Western Conference. Missing the playoffs in the Western Conference are the LA Kings, Edmonton Oilers, Arizona Coyotes, Dallas Stars, Vancouver Canucks, and Colorado Avalanche. The Washington Capitals beat the San Jose Sharks in 6 games to win the Stanley Cup. In the 2017 draft, a few changes occur. Colorado Avalanche have the 21st pick in the draft. This pick was acquired from the Philadelphia Flyers in the Matt Duchene trade. Detroit Red Wings have the 22nd pick in the draft. This pick was acquired from the Calgary Flames in the Pavel Datsyuk trade. Carolina Hurricanes have the 25th pick in the draft. This pick was acquired from the Montreal Canadiens in the Justin Falk trade. Anaheim Ducks have the 30th pick in the draft. This pick was acquired from the Buffalo Sabres in the Frederik Andersen trade. Changes in the 2017 draft: Vancouver Canucks draft Nico Hischier, Toronto Maple Leafs draft Cale Makar, New Jersey Devils draft Casey Mittelstadt, Arizona Coyotes draft Nick Suzuki, Philadelphia Flyers draft Robert Thomas, New York Rangers draft Eric Brandstrom, San Jose Sharks draft Michael Rasmussen, St. Louis Blues draft Philip Hedl, and the Columbus Blue Jackets draft Alex Formenton. Carolina Hurricanes draft Elias Pettersson and Eli Tolvanen in the 2017 draft. Colorado Avalanche draft Miro Heiskanen and Kyle Yamamoto in the 2017 draft. Edmonton Oilers draft Gabriel Velarde and Josh Norris in the 2017 draft. Dallas Stars draft Martin Necas and Alexander Texier in the 2017 draft. Detroit Red Wings draft Nolan Patrick and Jake Ottinger in the 2017 draft. 3 huge blockbuster trades are made in the 2017 offseason. Buffalo Sabres acquired Dougie Hamilton, Michael Ferland in a second-round pick in 2018. From the Calgary Flames for Rasmus Ristolainen, Alex Nylander, and a first-round pick in 2018. Buffalo Sabres re-signed Mikael Granlund to a 3-year deal worth $5.75 million per season, and Michael Ferland to a 2-year deal. Chicago Blackhawks trade Artemi Panarin to the New Jersey Devils for Travis Konecny. New Jersey Devils re-signed Artemi Panarin to a 5-year deal worth $8.5 million per season. Tampa Bay Lightning trade Jonathan Drouin to the Colorado Avalanche for Luke Kunin, Kyle Yamamoto, and a first-round pick in 2018. Philadelphia Flyers signed Robin Lehner to a 1-year deal. The changes in the offseason will have a major effect on the 2017-18 season. In first place in the Atlantic Division are the Buffalo Sabres, followed by the Tampa Bay Lightning and Boston Bruins. In first place in the Metropolitan Division are the Washington Capitals, followed by the Pittsburgh Penguins and New York Islanders. The Philadelphia Flyers hold the first wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference, and the New Jersey Devils hold the second wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. Missing the playoffs in the Eastern Conference are the New York Rangers, Carolina Hurricanes, Florida Panthers, Columbus Blue Jackets, Montreal Canadiens, Detroit Red Wings, Toronto Maple Leafs, and Ottawa Senators. In first place in the Central Division are the Colorado Avalanche, followed by the Nashville Predators and Minnesota Wild. In first place in the Pacific Division are the Arizona Coyotes, followed by the Edmonton Oilers and Vegas Golden Knights. The LA Kings hold the first wildcard spot in the Western Conference, and the San Jose Sharks hold the second wildcard spot in the Western Conference. Missing the playoffs in the Western Conference are the Calgary Flames, Winnipeg Jets, Anaheim Ducks, St. Louis Blues, Dallas Stars, Chicago Blackhawks, and Vancouver Canucks. The Buffalo Sabres beat the Colorado Avalanche in 6 games to win the Stanley Cup. The winners in this scenario are the Buffalo Sabres, Colorado Avalanche, New Jersey Devils, Arizona Coyotes, and Edmonton Oilers. The losers in this scenario are the Dallas Stars, St. Louis Blues, Detroit Red Wings, Carolina Hurricanes, and Columbus Blue Jackets. Buffalo Sabres have a tremendous core of Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Ryan O'Reilly, Dougie Hamilton, Mikael Granlund, Alex DeBrincat, and Frederik Andersen. Colorado Avalanche have an incredible core that includes Nathan MacKinnon, Miro Heiskanen, Jonathan Drouin, Gabriel Landeskog, Tyson Barrie, Braden Shen, and Brock Besser. Arizona Coyotes have a deadly core of Jack Eichel, Austin Matthews, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, JVR, Kevin Fiala, and Nick Suzuki. New Jersey Devils have an amazing core that features Artemi Panarin, Thomas Chabot, Thomas Hertl, Mikhail Sergachev, Chris Tierney, and Kyle Palmieri. Edmonton Oilers have a great core of David Pastrnak, Matt Barzal, Kyle Connor, Matthew Tkachuk, Oscar Klefbom, Tyler Toffoli, and Carter Hart. Dallas Stars and St. Louis Blues lose many important players and will be rebuilding for the next few years. Detroit Red Wings and Carolina Hurricanes both lose out on important players but are far from being a playoff team. Columbus Blue Jackets lose out on Artemi Panarin and are stuck with Brandon Saad and Henrik Zetterberg's contracts. The biggest takeaway from this scenario is that if the Buffalo Sabres draft Leon Draisaitl, the whole landscape of the NHL would be different. On the next What If scenario, I'll be talking about what if the Chicago Blackhawks never traded Artemi Panarin.